chugs, go.
We are at the National Train Museum in Green Bay, Wisconsin, because when I think of trains, I think of Green Bay. We're going to see. They do have a lot of trains in there. It's a big area. Sometimes a year they have a train ride. Looks like no one's here yet. That part they have for kids, and kids can play. Let's go inside and see. Where to build a railroad. And they say all about it. Engineers Transit. I actually know how to use the transit, the sextant. I spent so many hours blazing in the fucking sun adjusting a modern version of a level. Although that's about the types that we studied in school. We trained with that. No one pulls chain. Even when I went through, we had line we would pull instead. Now they just use digital laser to measure it all. Before you have a train, you gotta pick where it goes. Lights. I suppose that's probably the oldest one. That one should be green. There's the kerosene lamp. Which ones are supposed to be haunted? I'll have to watch Scooby-Doo and find out. Is my third favorite train. The Eisenhower train. It's an armored wartime train. And it goes quite a bit in here. That's the big boy. We'll talk more about that in a few. There's a Pullman. That's about as racist as you can get. And it's a huge fucking building. All right, so we are in the carriage and coach of the presidential train. So I guess this, well, I'm sure it all looked better when it was new, but I guess this is presidential quality. President desk for in movement. Let's check out the rest of these down here then. I guess you couldn't really be that fat and get down through here. Here's what an average room looked like. This would be your sleeper car. There's plenty of room to sleep, I guess. And a little area sink with hot and cold taps. We can come through this side over here because it'd be interconnected. And there'd either be a trunk for storage or another bed on this side. All right, let's walk on down, check out some more. I mean, do you really call that luxury? Well, I guess if you're president, that is luxury. At least you got a nice chrome rack to keep your luggage on above. Definitely not made for football players or anyone girthier than me. Especially if this thing's moving and rocking back and forth. It must have been hard not to. I guess that's why they got the rails here, to keep them from breaking the glass when they would hit it. All right, so you have snow. Another way to do it is this thing, a giant snow plow. You hook this giant steel chunk up to the front of a train and shoot it down the tracks really fast. Blows all the snow out of the way. Of course, any deer, they're gone too. A lot better than using a shovel. So what do you ride? A Trek, Cannondale, fucking Mongoose, Huffy, Schwinn? No, I got the heavy-ass steel train one. It only weighs 700 pounds. You can imagine pedaling this bicycle. It's made for going down the trains. Single person move. You don't really pedal. You use this to crank with your feet also. So it's more like a full body row. It'd probably be great exercise. Bench looks hard as hell though. And I don't know why they actually put a padded seat in back instead of where you sit. I guess the person pedaling it isn't the one paying. Oh, that must be it. That would be employee, employer. Got it now. Yeah, I would not enjoy this at all. They even have one of the Pullman carts here, and all the literature talking about the terrible times that represented. If you don't show history, people will repeat the mistakes of the past. At least they show the history so people won't do the same shit again, because this was uncool. And this is just glancing over most of the bad parts. This is my favorite train, the aerotrain. We're going to get a closer look at the real one outside. And here we are. This is my favorite train, the aerotrain. I love any of these trains. They were made to be more aerodynamic to compete with the cars. Cars made specifically by like General Motors and stuff. And that's also who they had helped design this, was car manufacturers. Which, yes, it made it look sleeker. It made it get you there, you know, but there's still a problem with using a train as opposed to driving a car. Using a train, I have to be at the train station to leave at whatever time and get wherever they're going at whatever time. Driving a car, I can leave whenever I want, go wherever I want, and be back whenever I want. And that convenience is why cars are popular and these beautiful aerotrains are not. Let's go see what else is down here. I think you'll be impressed at some of these. Shows a cool picture of her behind plexiglass, which kind of sucks. The coolest part of the picture though has to be the frame. Oh my god, I don't care about the picture. People just really spent some time on that frame. I'd like to have frames in my house be that ornate and crazy looking. That's awesome. Chugga chugga choo choo. Another choo choo. Another choo choo. You never realize how big trains really are till you stand next to one and realize, holy shit, even the tiny ones are huge. Much less like Big Boy, which is just outrageously stupid big. This is probably my second favorite train, one of the big boys. We come see this one a lot, and it's a big boy, so it's a 4664, as you can clearly tell by the wheel configuration. But what makes big boys really unique, besides the massive length of them, I mean, this is just so long of an engine. This is the engine. It's almost as long as this whole other presidential train was, is just the damn engine and the coal box. They're so long that you have articulation of the big boys. As you can see over here is the best example for me to explain what actually happens. To go around a turn, it has to lean off to the side. That's basically the gist of it. To go around the other side, then it leans off the other way. And that's all adjusted on the fly while it's moving, hauling everything else that it hauls. And you don't think much about it till you get down here and start looking at like the number of actual rivets that they had. These were all heat riveted in. That's crazy. The back side of the heat rivets here and the front side underneath. I mean, there's almost more rivet than actual steel. They take really good care of their trains here. They let you touch everything because it's a train, you're not going to hurt it. They maintain everything, but even something as well maintained as this, they still leak oil. They're always going to leak oil, grease, something of that nature. And then here's the coal tank. Wow, that's once again equal to about 2 normal train cars. That's crazy size. Now that's why this is my second favorite train, and it's the Big Boy series. They got the colors wrong. Change the colors, fix the face, put the face back on, and then we have a very famous train. How many of you can name this train? I'll give you a hint, should be blue. When you're driving your train and you go off the tracks or it breaks down, they use this. It's part of the repair system. Emergency response crew. They show up, they help fix your train, get back on the track. At least that's what they show in the Thomas cartoon. I don't know what it does in real fucking life. Could just be lawn decoration. Chugga chugga choo choo.